Hello everyone and welcome back. With the first iteration results out, I would like to first of all congratulate everybody who was offered a seat. I would like to console a little bit the people who were waitlisted. Do not lose hope. There's still a very good chance that you will make it. And with the results out, there's a lot of confusion. I'm getting a lot of questions that what should I do, what should be my next steps, even though a very good document has been given to everyone who is either waitlisted or who has been offered a seat. To those who have not been waitlisted also, there is some hope, although very little, but it has been the case previously. We have seen a case where the waitlist cutoff was also lowered in the further iterations. So I would recommend you to stay tuned and just keep checking the BITS admission page if something like that happens again, and also start looking at other options at the same time. But keep checking on bits also, even though if you have not been waitlisted and you are near the waitlist criteria, it might make sense for you to look into it. With that said, people keep asking me that I have got this branch and I don't want this branch, I want a higher preference than this. So if I pay the fee, does it mean that I have logged this branch? No, there is no such thing like blocking a branch or freezing a branch or something like that in bits. If you do not pay the fee, you will not be considered for the further iterations and you will lose this seat. So if you want to have a seat in bits and if you want to be considered for sliding up in your preference order, then you have to pay the full fee, the admission fee as well as the first semester tuition fee. And that is the main question that I have been getting, that if I pay the fee, will I be considered for sliding up? So yes, by default you will be considered for sliding up. There is no way to stop sliding up once you are offered a seat and you pay the fee, and there's no blocking as such, so you will get whatever your highest preference is. There is a campus locking mechanism, I'll get to it. So let me just explain what's there on the screen. So this is a diagram that I have made to actually make the process, make understanding the process a little bit easier. I made this to just have a visual picture because it's easier to understand in my opinion. And so I'll get to it section by section. I'll try to explain it as simple as I can. I probably won't be able to cover the whole diagram in this video. So I will link image of this diagram in the description, and you can download it from there and you can view it, and you can zoom in, zoom out and play with it as much as you want. So first I will get into this starting section where here the starting point is, here the application is closed and the first iteration results have been announced. So we are at this stage. Now this part of the diagram which is towards the left half of the screen right now is mostly related for the people who have been waitlisted. So did you get something? No. Then you should look for non-bits options. And also, as I mentioned, that just keep an eye on the BITS admission page. Maybe like 1 in a million shot, maybe the cutoffs for the waitlist decreases. So in that case, just keep an eye on it and start working on your other options as well. If you have been waitlisted, if you want to continue in the process, then pay the fee. If you don't want to continue, you can just leave. And if you want to continue in the process, then you have to pay 39,800, which is the fee, and this fee will be refunded to you in its entirety, the complete amount, if no offer is made to you till the end. Then wait for the next iterations, and you can just check if you get a seat anytime. If this was the final iteration, then if you did not get a seat in this iteration and it was also not the final iteration, then wait for the next iteration. Otherwise, if this was the final iteration, then you will get the fee refund and you can look for non-bits options. Otherwise, if you do get a seat, then you have to if you get a seat and you choose to not take it by not paying the tuition fee, then you will have to forfeit 10% of the admission fee, tuition fee and hostel charges. So this would come to around 26,000 rupees. And if you want to continue, then you can just check which iteration did you get a seat. So if you got it in the second iteration, then you pay the first semester fee and go to the third iteration. Otherwise, if you got it in the third iteration, pay the fee and go to the fourth iteration, and so on. Now, to those who have already got a seat, if you want to continue in the process, you have to pay the full amount. And if you don't want to continue the process, you can just leave. If you want to continue the process, then the third iteration results, just continue the process, wait for the second iteration and third iteration. Not much happens. If you have got a branch, you will just be upgraded. You don't have to pay anything else. And then the third iteration results happen. Now, after the third iteration, you will be given a withdrawal window. In this withdrawal window, if you withdraw in this withdrawal window, you will only forfeit $1,000 of the total amount. So this is a very good time to withdraw if you are not interested in bits. So this will be the best part, and you can withdraw and you'll forfeit only $1,000, and you can look for your other options. Otherwise, if you continue to the fourth iteration, do you want to continue the process? Now, only way to back out of the process is to not report to the campus. In that case, again 10% of the total fee, admission, tuition, hostel would be paid. Again 26,000, around that number. Then yeah, after the fourth iteration, you have to report to the campus that you have been allotted. Once you report to the campus, and if you don't want the kind of hassle that I have to run to another campus if I am slided up, you are given the option to freeze the campus. This freezing option is only available once you reach the campus that has been allotted to you at the end of the fourth iteration, and that is the only campus you can freeze. So if you are allotted Hyderabad campus in the fourth iteration, then it is not the case that you can freeze Pilani. You have to freeze Hyderabad. This is a common doubt that I get. Then there will be after this reporting, and you have a fifth iteration on campus. Once you are on campus, this will approximately be 1 week after starting classes. And if your allotted campus changed, if you had not frozen your campus, if your allotted campus changed, then you have to report to the campus immediately, and you have to you can start setting up your room. And if you withdraw at this point, after you have been allotted your final campus after the fifth iteration, then if you withdraw within 15 days of reporting, you will forfeit 20% of the total fee. So that will be twice of 26,000, that's 52,000. And if you withdraw within 15 to 30 days, then 50% of the total expenses will be forfeited. And if you withdraw after 30 days, no refund will be given. A general note on the pattern of the fall of cutoffs, because that is another very common question. Generally, cutoffs cannot be predicted, they are very dynamic. But if I had to say one thing, is that please do not expect a major fall in cutoffs till the end of third iteration. Because till the end of third iteration, everybody will like to continue in the process, because they know that at the end they will only forfeit around 1,000 rupees. And in today's world, with such a crucial decision on the line, it's a life like once in a lifetime choice that you make about your college. So since that thing is on the line, nobody will actually risk that, and nobody will withdraw before this. Everybody will withdraw after the third iteration. So the major cutoff fall you can expect in the fourth iteration. And also, because even if you don't report after the fourth iteration, the loss is not that big. I understand that it might be a big amount for a lot of people, but when it comes to once in a lifetime choices, a lot of people will play safe, and they will think that okay, it's a once in a lifetime expense of 26,000. I am okay to take that risk. So a lot of people will also not drop out till after the fourth iteration. So the major cutoffs fall will happen after the third iteration and after the fourth iteration. So that is where you should be hopeful, and you should have your hopes according to that. And there are some parts of the diagram that I haven't gone into, so I encourage you to download this image from the description and take a look at it. Also, I have made this myself, so there can be some error. I have tried to make sure that there are no errors in this, but there can be some errors. So I would recommend you to actually read the admission modality page 3 in Roman 3-9, and also the document, that the PDF document that has been given to you on the results page if you have been waitlisted or if you have been offered a branch. With that said, I wish you all the best. I hope that you get your branch of choice in the future iterations if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.